Good morning, everyone. My name is Monica Super Duffy, and I am delighted to be here with you today. This is going to be a 1 hour yin yoga practice. So grab whatever props you have, blocks, straps, blankets, bolsters. Yin is to support you so you feel grounded. It is building the connective tissues, your ligaments, your joints, and your bones are also a part of your connective tissue to support your body. So you also want to be cool, not warm, as yang classes are. So just know all of those things as we prepare for our class today. So as always, I like to start with our meditation. So let's go ahead and get into whatever meditative pose you prefer. It can be easy pose, as I'm shown here. Or if you prefer, you can also bring the balls of your feet together and then get into Supta Baddha Konasana, or bound angle pose. I'm going to choose bound angle pose today for meditation. So just go ahead and find what works best and right for you in your body here and now. And today, we're going to explore the Muladhara chakra. So the Muladhara chakra, or root chakra, is at the base of your spine. And oftentimes when we are feeling the most out of balance, it might be coming from job insecurity, or it might be coming from financial instability. Anything related to your essential needs in life, food, water, shelter. If you're feeling a lack of or fear from not getting any of those basic needs, you may be out of balance within your root chakra. So with our poses today, we really want to work through the Muladhara chakra physically, mentally, and spiritually. So with that, if you feel comfortable to close your eyes, you may do so. If you don't feel comfortable doing so, then you can just bring your eyes to a place that will not bring you distraction. And just settling into this pose, breathing in and breathing out. Just allowing gravity to take hold and just do all the work for you right now. And noticing what's happening in your body as you allow that to happen. Breathing in through the nose and exhaling out of the mouth. Now noticing what's happening for you as your breath rises from the bottom of your belly up to your chest, and then exhaling out of the mouth, releasing it. On the inhale, feeling your lungs, and on the exhale, letting all of that breath leave the body through the mouth. Inhaling all that serves us and gives us peace in times of fear when we're imbalanced in our root chakra, and then exhaling all that does not serve us and brings us into imbalance. Now noticing what's happening for you in your mind. For we are human and our mind races on and on and on. And when our body is in stillness, it seems to get into even more overdrive, especially when we're feeling really anxious or fearful of our future. So just noticing your breath now, coming back to that breath when you're feeling your mind is going into a downward spiral, into a replay of those negative thoughts. That breath being like an anchor to hold us into the present moment. Right here, right now, not looking backward and not looking forward. Breathing in through the nose and breathing out of the mouth. And then perhaps placing one hand on your belly and the other hand over your heart. And setting an intention now for your practice. Maybe it's I trust the infinite. Maybe it's I trust myself or something else. Whatever that something is, go ahead and say that intention or sankalpa 3 times in your mind's eye. Breathing in and breathing out. Inhaling through the nose and exhaling out of the mouth. Good. And as you find that third time and repeating your sankalpa, just going ahead and taking a really deep inhale through the nose. And on the exhale, let's let it all out with a big sigh to seal that intention today for our practice. Good. And if you are in a Supta Baddha Konasana, bound angle pose on your back as I am, you just slowly now bring your knees together and then bringing your balls, all the bottoms of your feet just to rest gently onto the mat. Your hands can stay, if you'd like, on your heart and your navel. Just go ahead and slowly allow your legs to windshield wiper side to side, or you can bring your hands to your side to feel more grounded. Just releasing any of the tension in your lower back from being in this pose for a few minutes. This windshield wipering is called rebound to help reset whatever body part might have been feeling the most sensation throughout our long hold. Good. And then just finding some stillness now in this pose, breathing in through the nose and breathing out of the mouth. Next, we're going to go into bridge pose. So for bridge pose, because this is yin, you may want to grab your block and then bring the block at whatever level feels best for you in your lower back. And then just resting here in your bridge pose. So again, yin is all about supporting yourself, and particularly throughout this class, grounding ourselves with the root chakra and really feeling supported by the earth. So just really use these props throughout today's practice. So just breathe here. And again, allowing gravity to take hold. This is a slight back bend. So just allowing your body to sink into your prop. Within this yin practice, we might feel some sensation in, of course, our lower back. You may feel some sensation in our shoulders, because this is a back bend as well. But just notice where you might be feeling sensation. Everybody's body is different, and thus every pose might feel a little different for every body. So just breathe and notice. An invitation always to close the eyes if that feels good for you and your body. If that helps you to connect more to the earth and to yourself. Just breathe and be. Relishing the here and now. Coming back to your breath to hold you down in this moment. And allowing yourself to just start to transition, reaching your hips a little bit further higher and removing the block from here. You're going to just reset, so just bringing your knees into your chest, giving yourself a nice squeeze here, breathing in and breathing out, inhaling and exhaling. Good. And then just slowly allowing your legs to come down to the earth. Stretching your arms out, big and wide. Inhaling and exhaling, maybe pointing those toes. Good. We're going to go to a supine twist next. So we're going to bring our legs back into the chest. hugging them in. And then slowly on your next exhale, you're going to just bring yourself with your arms to a T. And a few different options here for your supine twist. Perhaps you bring both knees together onto your left side. Or if it feels better for you to bring the leg closest to the ground out straight, you may do that. And then bring that top knee just to relax. And you can bring your hand here. That's the version I'm going to take for today. And then I'm going to reach my left arm to that right leg, the quadricep muscle, just above the kneecap, never on top of the kneecap. And then I'm going to bring that right shoulder to ground to the earth. And then I'm going to bring my gaze to my right shoulder. And I'm just going to rest here in this longer pose. And just breathe in and breathe out. Inhaling through the nose and exhaling out of the mouth. And just noticing where the sensation might be now in your body in this pose. Likely feeling it in the right side of your lower back, perhaps the right glute and gluteus medius alongside your right hip. But just notice what's happening for you in your body in this pose as you breathe and be. Notice any gripping too much. Just release any tension that you might be holding. Noticing a different perspective here. Perspective visually in the room. So a different perspective to help us balance our root chakra. When we're anxious, everything feels uncertain. The ground feels shaky to us. And yet, when we realize that what is certain is that the leaves are still outside our window, the morning birds are still cooing, and what we have is the here and now. We trust the ground. We trust the earth to hold us and bring us stability. And then just starting to release out of this pose by bringing yourself once more with your knees into your chest. Again, just hugging yourself, giving yourself the self-love that you need. releasing any of the tension that you might be holding in this pose. And then perhaps just gently rocking yourself on your spine, side to side, side to side. Good. We're going to make our way onto our second side. So this just gently finding your supine twist, whatever version you took on the other side, you'll want to take on this side as well. So for me, I'm bringing my left arm out to a T or a half T, grounding my left shoulder, bringing my left knee across my right side body, and then just gently bringing my hand onto the tops of my left quadricep muscle. And then just starting to settle into the supine twist. Releasing any tension you might be holding in your feet. Releasing anything that you might be gripping physically or mentally. Perhaps you're grabbing that quadricep muscle with your right hand. And if so, just release. Perhaps you're still finding some tension in that right shoulder. And just submit to the earth. So, and breathe and be. Breathing in and breathing out. Allowing the thoughts to come and go in your mind. And just breathing through them. Maybe deepening that breath so as to release any loops that might be playing in your mind of negative thoughts, negative images. Our thoughts play on repeat sometimes, like a broken TV or radio. And if we remember in the moment of that negative replay that our thoughts really are like that broken radio or TV, and that they're not reality oftentimes, then we're able to see them for what they are, rather than what our minds are taking us to a deep, dark place, perhaps, that's not productive, that's not healthy. So just breathe and be, trusting in the earth, trusting in yourself, trusting in the infinite, if you believe in something greater than you. And if not, just find whatever you feel you can trust to feel supported in the right here and now. Breathing in and breathing out. And when you're ready, we're going to slowly start to bring our knees once more into our chest, making our way out of that supine twist. hugging yourself, loving yourself. I'm doing this a lot as a rebound because we need to give ourselves self-love, especially when we're out of balance in our Muladhara chakra. So just really hug yourself. Maybe you even touch your knees with your nose as a sign of love and affection for those knees. And then when you're ready, just coming on to a side lying position here. Side lying child's pose. And just breathe and be here. This is our transition pose. We're going to bring ourselves up slowly. And we're going to come into butterfly, or excuse me, not butterfly, caterpillar. The pose before butterfly. So, and what I mean by that is we are caterpillars before we become butterflies. So just grabbing your props here. This is seated forward fold pose. You might need to grab pretty much all except your strap. And then we're just gonna allow the spine to round onto the bolsters, blankets, whatever we have propping us up. Just allowing our neck to rest. If you need to grab two blocks, you can do that too. Again, we want to just feel really supported here by the earth. So just go ahead and rest. And be noticing all the sensations along your spine. Remembering that yin is again helping those connective tissues. So we want to, in these longer holds, bring micro tears to those soft tissues to rebuild them even stronger. Just as we do in a yang vinyasa flow practice, where we're building the muscles by working them hard to the point of exhaustion so that, again, we're building the muscles. So here, this is the same idea in yin. So noticing those sensations. There shouldn't be pain, just sensation. And when we feel those, we know that that connective tissue is micro tearing so that it builds stronger. Inhaling through the nose and exhaling out of the mouth.
As we relax into this yin pose, perhaps we feel different sensation now along our spine. For me, I initially felt a lot in my thoracic spine, which is the middle part of our spine. Now I'm starting to notice some sensation in the lumbar, the lower back. So just notice what's coming up for you right now. Inhaling through the nose and exhaling out of the mouth. Noticing what sounds might be happening from your body right now. Your internal organs might be making some noise. Just notice, not attaching yourself to one thing or another. And coming back to your breath when you're feeling like your mind is ping-ponging to too many things and not helping you stay focused on the right here and now. And then slowly, mindfully allowing the blocks and the props to fade away as you bring them to your sides. We're just going to bring ourselves to a nice, gentle back bend here with our fingers pointed towards our lower back and our chest reaching forward, inhaling and exhaling. Just finding your neck in whatever position is going to work best. Perhaps you look up and let it dangle. If that brings some too much sensation, perhaps even pain, you can just look up a bit and just breathe and be here. Good. And on your next inhale, we're going to bring ourselves to a butterfly pose now. So use again whatever props work best for you. Maybe it's a block under each of your shins right above the knee. Or maybe you grab your blanket and you roll it up a little bit of a long way. You can also tuck the blanket around you. I prefer this version because, again, it's more comfortable. So in this butterfly, just go ahead and bring your hands over your shins and just relax gently into this pose. Breathing in and breathing out. Often when we are feeling out of balance in our Muladhara. Our surroundings feel dark and cold, just as the caterpillar inside its cocoon. And yet, if we change our perspective and instead see this point in time as one of learning, as one of self-discovery, as one of self-growth, then we bring ourselves out of that dark place. And we're able to free ourselves from that darkness, from that proverbial cocoon. Spread our wings and fly like the butterfly. So as you are in this butterfly pose, imagine that you are taking flight. Flying free from the fears and anxiety. No longer just surviving, but thriving. As a butterfly, we can then lead with confidence and succeed in whatever our endeavors might be. Inhaling through the nose and exhaling out of the mouth. And slowly making your way out of this pose. And then bringing whatever props you needed away from you. This time, you can just further rebound, just come up and just sit up straight and tall. Maybe you bring in your head to look left and right, left and right. And we're going to go to happy baby now. So happy baby, because this is a yin class, can be just on your back with your I have socks still on because this is a yin practice. You can take those off. You can bring your peace fingers around the big toes and just rest in this happy baby pose like this. But there's also the option of going to the wall. And if I am on the wall, let's just say I'm on the wall, you can also just rest like this on the wall. So just find what version is going to work best for you in your practice. We'll be here for a few minutes. All right. So just take whatever version you need. It will serve you best to hold and breathe and be. And if you're not supported by the wall, just know that typically in a yang class, we might feel more limber and we might have our legs splayed out further. But for this yin, remember the point is not to get deep into the muscles and build the muscles, it's just to let gravity do the work. So relaxing any of the tension you might be holding. And if you feel like you're holding too much tension here, then go ahead and just grab gently, not even grabbing, but just gently allowing your arms to hang onto the sides here. And breathe and be. Inhaling and exhaling. Not trying to change anything, just remaining in this pose right here and now. And whatever version you're in. Inhaling and exhaling. Noticing the sensations. Noticing if you're trying to grip, especially if you're not supported by the wall. And if you are supported by the wall, you might be noticing also that your legs start to drift down the wall. And that's okay. That's a sign that we're surrendering to the earth. Again, remembering that this is a mindfulness practice. We notice with intention and work to suspend that judgment. So just breathe and be. And then slowly bringing your knees into your chest, hugging yourself. And this time, again, just bringing some love to your lower back, massaging the lower back with this self-care pose and rebound. We're going to prepare ourselves for a resting Shavasana. So just going ahead and bringing any final props you need for your Shavasana. So maybe it's a blanket underneath your knees. Maybe you want to put your socks back on for your Shavasana. Anything that you need to just relax. If you have a face pillow, you can do that too. So just go ahead and bring yourself into whatever Shavasana works best for you. Final resting pose works best for you. If you prefer to put legs up the wall, you can do that. If it helps your lower back to do Supta Baddha Konasana once more like we started, bound angle pose with your feet together and your knees out in a butterfly on your back, you can do that. But just relax into the earth with Shavasana. Breathing and being. I'm not trying to change anything. Allowing your toes to splay out to the edges of the mat if you are in fact in Shavasana. This helps to release any tension in your lower back. And your pelvis. And fully relax. Allowing your palms to splay up as though you're receiving a gift from the divine. This allows your shoulder girdle to open up further. Releasing any tension that you might be holding in your jaw. Perhaps allowing the mouth to splay open. Releasing any tension you might be holding in that third eye, that place between your brow and seat of intention. Intuition. And just breathe normally. Not trying to change anything. Giving way to gravity. And letting go of whatever's not serving you in body, mind, and spirit. Breathing and being. And if you're starting to doze off a bit, that's okay too. It's completely normal and natural when you're feeling relaxed.
And that just means your body wants you to do that. So allowing whatever to be, be.
wiggling the fingers and wiggling the toes, starting to waken your body up from this place. And on the inhale, bringing your knees into your chest once more, giving yourself a nice hug. And then bringing yourself over to one side, just noticing how that transition feels. Noticing perhaps how your mind, body, and spirit feels after this 1 hour Yin Yoga practice. And keeping your eyes still closed. And maybe bringing yourself up to your seated position when you're ready. With your eyes still closed, bowing your head to your heart. Taking a deep inhale through the nose and an open mouth exhale out. The root chakra reminds us that we are never separate from the earth, only from the awareness of it. As you move through your day, carry that deep sense of rootedness with you. And remember, I am grounded. I am here. I am enough. The teacher in me bows to the teacher in each and every one of you. Bring in our Anjali Mudra prayer-like pose to our seat of intuition. Namaste. Thank you for joining. May you breathe, lead, and succeed.